After collecting interesting websites for this channel, I recently noticed that I ended up with tons of websites that are some of the most colorful, mind-bending, and immersive websites you've ever seen. So these are the internet's trippiest websites, and the longer you watch, the trippier it gets. Starting with level 1, I think a lot of people are going to know this one. It's zoomquilt.org, and it's just this infinitely zooming image, and it plays for about a minute, and eventually it loops, and there's so much to see that you don't even know when it happens. Like, it's just like you could stare into the middle of the screen forever, and it would be okay. But we're just starting off light, so let's get to the next one.
On this computer.
Is that the flag of Argentina? What is this? You know what? Anyway, RD News, I really don't know how to pronounce this one. This is Super Shape, and it is this strange shape that can't exist in real life, if I'm correct. But you can't tell me that this doesn't fit the description of trippy, because yeah, I don't know what's going on. Now this one, you may be thinking, what am I looking at right now? Well, this is an effect called the Thatcher Effect, where pictures of people's faces tend to look normal until you flip them upside down and find out that their eyes were copy pasted upside down as well as their mouth. Now this looks pretty normal. Flip it over, it looks extremely weird. You don't view things as weird looking. Like, you can't tell me it looked as weird the other way, especially this one. It doesn't look that weird, but as soon as it's flipped upside down, oh my, that looks terrible. But yeah, facial recognition in our brains, it definitely can be tricked. Now this is a classic illusion. It says you are about to hallucinate. The world around you will change shape, appearing to warp and distort. You will see a stroboscopic animation. Stare at the center of the animation for 30 seconds and then look away and around you. I'm gonna try not to blink as much. Could it really only take 30 seconds? That's insane. We're about to cross. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so that definitely works. I think the longer you stare at it, the longer it lasts. But yeah, it actually, it does work. It does 100% work. That is so weird. Oh my. Windows XP error worm is a simulation of this old glitch that used to happen on Windows devices. You used to grab Windows, and then when you try to move them, they would leave behind a trail. And something about the trail is really aesthetically pleasing. But something about being able to trigger this effect just because you want to and not because you have a slow computer is really, really nice. Castles Made of Castles is a weird website where you have this square you can look at and rotate by holding right click on your mouse. You can also click the cube and it starts building stuff on top of the cube. And I'm not sure what system it's using, but the more you click, the more complex structures it builds. Kind of looks like a ship from Star Wars or something. No idea why this exists. Remoji.com lands you on a white page, and as soon as your mouse starts hovering over the page, you see that everywhere your mouse goes, it leaves a trail of these 2000s emojis. I don't even recognize any of these, but they really do just have this aesthetic. No, it's very 2000s. It's very like early 2000s. I don't know if it's just me, but something about it is just really satisfying. Happy Hardcore is another emoji website, and this one isn't interactive, but when you're on it, it's just like the entire page is raining emoji. Sandcastles is a website where you just click on any point in the screen, an arrow pops up, you drag your mouse up, and it starts building a sandcastle. And you can lean the sandcastle to the right, you can lean the sandcastle to the left, but as soon as you get 3 sandcastles, water rushes in and washes your sandcastles away. They're letting me do more than 3 this time. And then the water washes it away, but that is just some really good looking animation. But the water will always come back. But now it's time to move on to level 2, starting with falling.com. And while you watch these infinite pages of colors fall, you'll notice the audio also sounds like it's falling. Except something that you'll also notice is that the audio never stops falling. So instead of an optical illusion, this is a pretty cool auditorial illusion. Spectrogram is the type of way people can visualize what audio looks like. And if you select the pointer finger right here, you can click and drag to create certain tones and raise them and lower them, while also getting to hear exactly what they sound like. So this is what a flute looks like. This is what someone whistling looks like, and this is what birds look like.
Boring.
Salmon of Capistrano.com exists. This is really strange because it's just a bunch of salmon, and the more you move your mouse around, the more you'll see your camera move, and you just get to move around in this 3D field with the Perpetual.Pizza is an infinite zoom in to pizzas. The pizza and the pizza and the pizza and the pizza and the pizza. It's just a never-ending gif of a perpetual pizza. This is Tessellation kit, and I'm not sure exactly what tessellation is, but when you're on this website, you can drag your mouse and you can see the pixels just start moving. So I'll click this first button. It looks even cooler. I can't tell what's 3D and what's 2D. Oh, I click the second button, and now it's just black and white. Oh, they're triangles now. They were squares before? No, they were always triangles. This is so confusing. So I'm just gonna click the third box. Okay, so if I zoom all the way in, okay. Yeah, I still don't know what's going on, but it's just really interesting to look at for sure. Let's see what the last button does. Oh, okay, it gives us different colors. This kind of looks like a Game Boy, actually. Weavesilk.com opens up and it just says draw something. It just looks really smooth, so I can drag up as well. And I just move my mouse everywhere. This looks like the that one Black Eyed Peas album. It just creates some really interesting art, and you don't even have to try. And it looks like you can even select different colors as well if you want to make something more specific. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I did not know I could make whatever this is, so it's definitely one to check out. Thirst is a website Thirst is a website that pains me to have to describe because I don't know how to describe whatever this is. It's just this 3D model of this man's face, except when you move your mouse, it's like a balloon, and there's this light, and everything's really glowy, and the atmosphere is very unique. This website has some of the best graphics I've ever seen for a website, and now you know it exists, and this has definitely earned its spot in level 2. Scrolling text time waster is a way you can quickly just waste some time. All they ask of you is just to scroll the text, and you scroll and the color changes and the words move around, and they just create really interesting patterns, and they go and they go. And it's like a little art show. There's even an auto scrolls, boom, and it's just blowing through it just really quickly. This one doesn't. Oh my gosh, this is Radiant Forest, and oh my gosh, this is a lot of colors. And if I move my mouse to the left, oh my, it's just speeding up so much. Okay, that is crazy, but I guess it's just a big forest of colorful trees in this infinite zoom. And yeah, you could stare at this for hours if you wanted to. It's pretty cool. Drawing.garden just says click for sound. So you click, and as soon as you hover over any of the text, just listen. That explains it perfectly. And a little Easter egg you might not notice is that every emoji you hover over or create will change the icon at the top of the tab. Level 3. This is a strong start to level 3. This one's called 100,000 stars. You can zoom in or zoom out, but let's just zoom in to start. And you'll notice that we're zooming right into the sun. We start to get into our own galaxy. It takes a bit of scrolling. After a bit of scrolling, we're finally here. I see Jupiter, Saturn, where's Earth? Okay, we found Earth. Wow, just look at that. Don't think it's over, because it gets crazier. I'm gonna scroll all the way out. Check out how good this looks. Okay, back to where we started, and even further out until we just have this disc of galaxies. I don't really understand it. It just visualizes where we are in time and space. Insane. WebGL fluid simulation. You can just drag your mouse. You can even have the different fluids collide with each other, and the physics of it is just so realistic. It's like if you had a nuclear bath bomb. That is insane. Extremely impressive for a website. This is Matthias.me/NSFW, and that doesn't make me trust it very much, but the middle of the screen just says trust me. So, okay. This is Barry Martin's Hopalong Orbits Visualizer. There's a reason this one is in the legendary level 3, because what is this? So you can move your mouse to get different angles within whatever this is. You can use the left and the right keys to change the rotation and make it spin if that's something you want to do. You can use the up and down keys to change the speed. So I'm gonna just make it really quick, but then what? I can just slow it down, and now I'm at a complete stop. And yeah, this one visually is just insane. ISO looks a lot like a website we've seen before, except instead of when we click and drag, it turns to a bunch of different weird pixels. That happened. It just creates this ripple effect, kind of like water, except with all these like long rectangle objects. And the physics of it and the colors are just really impressive. But now we have Catleidoscope. But Catleidoscope has you move your mouse to adjust the Catleidoscope, just like a kaleidoscope would. So this one is all of Grumpy Cat. Like every single cat is just Grumpy Cat. Okay. R.I.P. by the way. Floating shiny knot. This one is ridiculously simple, but it's like it's taking spots in Google Maps and it just throws this ridiculous floating shiny knot object in the middle of it. And it says press R to randomize. It just changes the state of matter. This one is just pure water. So you can actually choose different locations for the floating shiny knot. The aesthetic scale is all the way at the top. GeorgeandJonathan.com brings you to this. GeorgeandJonathan.com brings you to this page with the play button. I'm just gonna hit play and I'll let you see what happens because it's really cool. Yeah, so we're watching the song being played in front of us, like in this really interesting video gamey type of way. It looks like, yeah, there's 10 other songs that you can listen to. They even have camera options for camera angle number 1, camera angle number 2, camera angle number 3, camera angle number 4, which is sideways. Once again, aesthetic scale to the max. This is marpy.pl/explosion. It shows you the earth rotating, but you can click anywhere on the earth, and there's a reason why they call it explosion. But you can even click through to the other side and you get to be the destructor of it. Oh, whoa, I didn't even know it did that. Holy, that's crazy. Now for our last website, somethingnothing.net, and on this building it just says the arrow keys. Okay, so I click the arrow keys. Okay, I can just walk around. Okay, but there's an open door. You know I gotta walk in. Okay, at this point it just starts doing this crazy 3D performance for you, and just wait for it because it only gets better, I swear. Yeah. These random weird stickmen start dancing in this square disco room. That was the last website for the video, but let me know which one you thought was the trippiest. All the links should be in the description so you can check these websites out for yourself if you'd like. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. See ya. Recording, yeah.